Okay, so today we are looking at my getting ready for work hair. This is going to be featured until I'm about ready to walk into the office, and it dries very nicely, and I have these lavish, luxurious locks. But for right now, it looks kind of weird. But story stuff. First some minutes trivia. You may have noticed that the last two posts have both been chapters and not kind of side stories and other interesting stuff. I realized a few weeks ago that I actually hadn't written any of this, the book. I think it had been 44 days, and that's not going to work. You actually have to get the book written. So I will continue posting side stories and that kind of stuff when I've got the time for it. I wouldn't expect tons of that, but we'll certainly be trying to focus mostly on actually putting out good content for the story about Jasper and his other Cthulhu steampunk friends. I wanted to talk a little bit about Ashara today. She's a character I guess I'm kind of fascinated with. Actually, both of the kind of female lead characters I really enjoy, but I've been waiting to get to her for some time, so she's been on my mind. I'm still a little bit confused about who she is. It's very interesting when I write a character and discover who they are. I have these visions in my head of how they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to be like, but it doesn't always turn out that way. Initially, I had pictured her as being very much the novice and kind of the for want of a better term, sort of traditional helpless female on the team, and at some point realized that just was not at all satisfactory. It wasn't what I wanted her to be. She's a strong character, able to take care of herself, and realistically, I mean, she is a self-employed courtesan who kind of needs to be her own security. And so she's very capable of taking care of herself. She is a psychic. In this world, we're calling them mentalists. And I had envisioned her as... Let me kick the dog real quick. He's going for cookies. I had envisioned her as sort of in the... Naomi Watts movie, creepy little girl, totally escaping me now. But anyway, she there are the scenes that where this little girl gets featured are all on video, and they kind of cut back and forth and flicker, and all of a sudden the girl is like 6 paces ahead, and like time is kind of funny. And I sort of picture Ashara as doing something kind of like that in when she has to defend herself, that she messes with people's senses and they can't keep track of her, and when she her lightest touch causes intense pain, and that sort of thing. And so she's more than capable of standing up for herself and being a asset to the group when fighting off ninjas or anyone else. But she's also a professional courtesan. She is also in tune with the emotional aspects of the people around her, and she is very easily able to either manipulate them or bolster them or do what needs to be done to kind of drive them to where they need to go. And so I kind of pictured her as being sort of feisty, but at the same time, I also realized that she, as I was kind of conceptualizing how she is as a seductress, I really had the similarly named and probably unconsciously mirroring her Inara from Firefly in mind as really very sweet and charming, capable of having a hard edge, but that's not her default kind of go-to place. The more she is trying to, make everyone happy and get along and comfortable, and her own motives are inscrutable. And that seems to be how Ashara is coming out thus far. I tend to think she may have a little bit more of a hard edge than Inara did, whatever. But we'll see. I'm excited to find out, and I hope you guys are too. Thanks.